As crazy as it sounds, I actually have a lot of good memories of playing Black Ops 1 Zombies on the DS. Now, at the time, the DS was the only console I had as a kid up until about the fifth grade. So if I wanted to play COD Zombies at my house, well, that was what I had to work with. There were four maps: house, facility, temple, and overlook. Overlook was always my least favorite because of how like really cramped it is. Like take like the spawn room in 5 and then make it half that size. That's the best way to describe that starting room. And Temple was always my favorite because there was a really good camping spot right where you go to open the second door. It's basically at the end of a hallway, so you could kind of just camp there. Now, for those who don't know, on the DS version of Call of Duty Zombies, there is no perks, no pack-a-punch. You get hit once and you're dead. The controls are pretty wonky. Like, just because it's on a DS, it's like if there's a zombie behind you, it's going to take you like 2, 3 seconds to turn around and try to deal with them. So it was very challenging. I think the world record is only like 30, 40 something for any map on the DS version. And if you can even reach round 20, kudos to you. The highest I ever got was round 14 on Temple. And I remember I was just like, that one time I did make it to round 14, I was so nervous. I'm over here shaking. I got the console in my hand. I'm sweating like crazy because like I know that once those zombies just come after me, I was pretty much screwed. There are no wonder weapons. The only real reliable weapons, and they're not even reliable, they're just sort of reliable, was the Remington and the PPSH. And you had to go for headshots. Body shots simply were not an option. Like, you had to go for headshots because the zombies would go after you so fast, especially the hounds and the runners. It was challenging. Now there actually were some things that were, believe it or not, a bit easier compared to the console version. That being, you could shoot a drop to pick it up. Like if you can't make it to a drop, you could just shoot it and that would pick it up. And also, when I don't think zombies could hit you through barriers, I don't think. And you didn't have to hold the rebuild button, you just tapped it, and as long as you stayed right there by the window, it would continue to rebuild the barrier. Now, one thing I do remember also is the DS version of Zombies is actually surprisingly scary. I mean, if you've never played it before, whenever you first spawn in, there's like this evil, just wicked laugh followed by some low quality, uh, I don't know the word for it, like strumming an electric guitar. That's what I'm trying to say. And like that really did set in a early feeling of dread, and it was basically like, haha, you're screwed here, you're gonna die. And there actually is a multiplayer feature for it, but I never knew anyone else who had the cartridge, so I didn't have anyone to play it with, unfortunately. And I guess technically speaking, the graphics aren't very good, but it is a DS, so what are you supposed to say? And I do remember that there were actually achievements on the DS version for the zombies mode. Stuff like survive till round 5 on any map, so survive till round 10 on any map, survive till round 15, kill X amount of zombies, melee X amount of zombies, die this many times in zombies, and I tried to get as many of the achievements as I could. I think like one was like reach round 25. It's like very few people are able to reach round 25 on DS Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, maybe if I was playing it with like an Xbox controller, maybe I could pull it off, but that'd really be a huge stretch. I mean, because again, you have 1 point of health. You get hit once, and that is it. And there actually was this little feature on it where you would get a warning on your screen if there was a zombie behind you. Now, there's a decent chance you wouldn't have enough time to turn around. You'd have to like walk forward and then turn around. If it was a runner, you were pretty much screwed. Now, one thing that I remember was very interesting was that your knife was always a one hit. Now, apparently, it does become a two hit after round 20 something, but up until as far as I've forgotten, the knife is always a one hit. But it is more unreliable than the World at War knife. There can be a zombie right in front of you, and you hit melee. Like, the zombie is at point blank range, and you miss. It's like, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it's because in space games just really didn't know what they were doing when they were trying to add a zombies mode, or maybe they just weren't into it. They were like, ah, crap, we got to add a zombies mode. All right, y'all, you got 2 days to throw something together. And I remember the mystery box was really weird compared to like the mystery box as on normal COD zombies, where it's like you can choose whether or not you want to take the weapon it offers. Versus on the DS version, you have to take whatever it gives you. So let's just say you have an AK-47, all right, and it's run a little low on ammo, and you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna hit the box, and then you get like some really crappy gun. Well, you have to take whatever you get. Now, there actually was one plus side versus normal COD zombies in that it was an instant process. You didn't have to sit there for 5 seconds and wait for it to cycle around. You just tap the buy button and you got it. That was it. But yeah, as I said earlier, the Remington shotgun was probably the most reliable gun. You would just keep your you'd really need to hip fire it, and you just keep it right at the zombie at the head level of the zombies. And when they started pouring into the little hallway that I was using on Temple, I'd just start popping rounds. And if things got a bit too hectic, I'd try to have the PPSH. You get that from the mystery box, and I would just start mowing them down with that. And the first door on every map was 5,000 points, and the second door was 10,000 points. But you do get more points per zombie killed versus on the normal version, but it's just so random the amount of points you'll get. Like, you'll kill one zombie and you'll get like 285 points. And then the next one you get like 167 points. And then the next one 300 points. It's just so random. It's just really unreliable. But I look back on it now and I do appreciate it for what it is. And, I have some good laughs thinking about it. And there was only one time I was ever able to make it to the second room on any of the maps. Because, again, it cost 10 grand. Like, that's a lot of points. And we're talking the DS version here. And I only survived a few seconds. I walked in there and I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. And then the zombie's like, psych, your game's over. And just windmilled me from behind or whatever. But again, I know that it's not a very fun, enjoyable experience. It's very challenging. It can be fun at times, but I am able to look back on it with fond memories, and I'm very glad I would later get an Xbox. But yeah, that's me talking about some of my memories of playing Call of Duty Zombies on the Nintendo DS, a blue DSi XL to be specific. Well, everyone, that's all from me today. For those new here, I mostly play, review, and discuss zombie and horror games, so feel free to check out some of my other content if that sounds interesting. Always remember that Jesus loves you all very much. Thanks again for watching. Peace.